In this video, I'm going to build something really cool, which is a 3D rotating button using HTML and CSS. This button spins in 3 dimensions when you hover over it, just like the one you see here. And when I stop hovering, it rotates back to its default state. Seems cool, right? So let's figure this out together, step by step. Now before we dive into the code, let's understand what we are aiming for. A button that's more than just flat. We want to give it depth like a cube, and when you hover, it rotates. To achieve this, we will leverage CSS properties like perspective, transform, and transform style. Now when you think of a 3D object like a cube, it has 6 sides. To mimic that with a button, we will only need 4 sides, as the front and back are all that's visible. Each side of the cube button will be a separate layer, stacked and rotated at different angles. And hovering will rotate the entire setup, giving that dynamic 3D spinning effect. Now that we know what we are building, let's break it down into manageable steps. The HTML for this is super simple. Each side of our button will be a span tag nested inside a link tag or an anchor tag. Now why an anchor or a link tag? Because links are naturally interactive and the span tags will act as the faces of our button. Now let's make the page look clean. For that, I'll remove the margin and padding from the entire page, and I'll center the button on the screen. Now I'll style the anchor tag, which is where the interesting part happens. I'll first set the position as relative. This will help in stacking the individual span tags later on. Then I'll give a width and height to the button. After that, I will enable 3D transformations by using transform style preserve 3D. This tells the browser to treat this element and its children as a 3D object. Without this property, the sides wouldn't stack correctly in 3D space. Then I'll add the perspective property, which gives a sense of depth, like you're looking at the button through a camera. A smaller value like 500px makes the 3D effect more dramatic, while a larger value like 1000px makes it subtler. So here we have used 1000px. Then I'll make it interactive with hover. So when the user hovers over the button, we add a rotation effect. The rotate x of 360 degrees makes the button do a full spin along the x-axis. I will also include a smooth transition of 4 seconds to make the spin look fluid. Now I'll style the span tag. So each span inside our A tag represents one of the button's sides. Think of them like panels on a rotating cube. To make this work, we need to first stack all the span elements directly on top of each other, then style each span to look like a side of a cube, then later position them in 3D space, which we will do soon. So to the span tag, I will start by giving it a position of absolute. This removes each span from the normal document flow, allowing us to layer them on top of each other inside the anchor tag container. Without this, they had stacked vertically like regular block elements. Then I'll give a top of 0 and left of 0 to ensure each span starts at the very top left corner of the A tag, perfectly aligned with its container. Then a width and height of 100%, which makes each span the same size as the A tag, so each one fully covers the button container. Next, I will center the text inside each span using display flex, align items, and justify content of center. Then I'll give the sides some style so they look like a proper button face. So I'll first set the text color as black, then give the sides a slightly transparent white background so the button looks soft and clean, a font family of sans serif, convert all text to uppercase for a bold look, and then a font size of 24px and letter spacing of 2px. Then I'll add a black border around each side, and then box sizing of border box to ensure the border is included in the element's total width and height. And then I'll create a subtle shadow inside the sides to add a sense of depth. Then finally, I'll add a hover effect to make it interactive. So I'll change the text color to white when you hover over the button, and change the background to a semi-transparent red. This adds a smooth visual cue for the hover effect. So now with whatever we have styled yet, each span is like a mini card layered on top of the button. The position absolute stacks them, the box shadow and border create depth, and the hover style makes the button interactive. Now the next step is to arrange them in 3D space so they look like the sides of a cube. This magic happens with 2 CSS properties, which are rotate x and translate z. So if you're wondering what rotate x is, think of it as spinning a piece of paper around a horizontal rod that runs through the center. When you apply rotate x with different angles, you position each side of the button at a unique tilt along the x-axis. And to understand what translate z does, just imagine you're holding that paper and you push it away from you in a straight line. That's what translate z does. It moves the element forward or backward along the z-axis, which gives you the depth needed for the cube effect. Now to create a cube, we need to position each span at a specific angle along the x-axis and then push it forward. Here's how we do it for each side. For the first side or first span, I will give it a rotate x of 360 degrees and a translate z of 25px. So here a full 360 degree rotation means no visible tilt. This side faces directly forward and translate pushes the front side 25 pixels outward, making it visible. Then to the second span, I will give it a rotate x of 270 degrees, which tilts the side upward so it becomes the top of the cube, and a translate z of 25px to move it outward, aligning it with the rest of the cube. Then to the third span, I will give it a rotate x of 180 degrees to flip the side around to face the back, and a translate z of 25px to push it outward again, making it part of the cube. Then to the fourth span, which is the last span, I'll give it a rotate x of 90 degrees, which tilts this side downward, making it the bottom, and a translate z of 25px to push it forward, completing the cube structure. So now each side is positioned at a different angle, forming a box when combined. Just imagine a real cube. If you hold it in front of you, the front side faces you directly, which is 360 degrees, the back side faces away, which is 180 degrees, the top tilts upward, which is 270 degrees, and the bottom tilts downward, which is 90 degrees. This positioning matches how we have rotated and translated each span tag in 3D space. Now as you can see, we have this amazing 3D rotating cube that looks super cool to play around with. So that's all for the video. If you found it insightful, drop a like and subscribe for more.